What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is Aquarela. Now, this one comes from Sony Pictures Classics. It is directed by Victor Kozakovsky. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm terrible with names, but there you go. And this one tells the story of water. That's about it. So, this is a documentary about water, showing it in various forms, whether it be frozen as an iceberg in the Arctic, or in the dark blue depths of the ocean, or as a hurricane destroying cities, beautifully coming off of a mountain, that looks like it's falling from the sky. Like, it shows water in various forms, but those are basically the three that it focuses on, and that's it. I don't know what to tell you. Water is the character. And so I didn't know what this movie was about. I didn't see any trailers. I went in blind. I just knew that the invite that I got invited to go see this movie, it was playing in Dolby Atmos, one of the kind of really enhanced sound theaters in the AMC that's in Dallas. And so I was like, oh, wow. So a documentary about water is playing in that. It's got to be something special, right? I think special is an interesting word for it. This is going to be one of the oddest reviews I probably have all year. I'm going to confuse myself. I'm going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to be going back and forth, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what did this movie do to you? Well, let me start off with saying this. I like the movie, and I don't like the movie. Second thing, I'm hesitant to call it a movie. Let me explain myself. And I'm going to use you guys, everyone watching out there, as my therapy session. Let's just talk this out. Let's air our thoughts out and see what, let me see what I end up with as my grade. So, before people jump on me for not getting what Victor was going for, I totally get what he was going for. This is a film that has minimal dialogue. There may be maybe 4 lines of dialogue from people. That's it. And it's just mainly like, watch out. What's that? Look over there. Can you come get this? It's not like intriguing dialogue, so this is basically a visual narrative showing nature at its finest, its beauty, its devastating qualities to it, and this is all focusing on water and like what it can do to this planet. It's very essential to life on Earth, but it could also wipe away life on Earth, and so. I mean, that's what you're focusing on. It's just shots of water over and over and over and over again. But Victor does create a visual narrative, starting from the Arctic and moving his way through ocean water and then to the city. I thought the opening of this film was gripping. There was a mystery behind it. And then when it revealed to be what it was even more devastating, knowing that's what we were focusing on. And then it kind of just cuts away from it just very abruptly to icebergs and just water out in the Arctic. And it was compelling for a while. And then it just started to kind of drag on and just showed icebergs crumbling, which was very hard to watch. Crumbling, and then just water crumbling underneath it, crumbling water, maybe some streams and some creeks. Hey, look, we found an island of a little town going on. Let's focus on that for a little bit. All right, going back to the water, hey, let's show the ocean. It's just and then I will admit the final 10, 15 minutes were also gripping, compelling, and just made you realize how important water was on this earth. So the opening and the closing of this film is fantastic. It's like the hour in between all of that drags on. It overstays its welcome. It's showing repetitive shots over and over again. It gets boring. It gets stale, and it lessens the impact of what Kosakowski was going for. And I get what he was going for, showing water in its just raw, powerful form. This would have worked super well and super effective as a short film. And if you chopped it down to like a good 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, make it below an hour, this thing would sweep at the Oscars for Best Live Action Short Doc. It's just... I don't understand why you make this into a live action film. Full length, hour and a half. It does get stale. Now, on the flip side, you have gorgeous cinematography. It's shot in high frame rate, so it has that kind of like extra crispness to it, this extra sense of realism to it, and you can get a sense of the scope that he's kind of showing you. You know, there's several shots in the beginning with icebergs crumbling, and it's really hard to watch because that's happening all the time, and it happens at a faster rate than it should, and it's devastating that all this ice is just going away because of climate change. And I probably just lost half my subscribers right there. You believe in climate change? It is a real problem. And it shows a lot of shots of like the ocean and underneath and stuff. It's gorgeous to look at, no doubt. I love the bright blue colors that's contrasting against the white and the bitterness of the Arctic. I love the depths of the dark blue in the oceans. I love the huge waves, these tsunamis that he captures on film. The hurricane in, I think it was Florida, because it was, I think, Hurricane Irma. It was devastating. There's stuff coming off of a waterfall, off of a mountain. It was simply stunning. It's breathtaking stuff. As a National Geographic reel. As a full-length film, not so much. You would have chopped it down to a good short film time length, would have been more effective. So you have that. So that's what I'm kind of wrestling with, is that this is a film, like I said, I'm very hesitant on calling it a film, that shows a lot of beautiful imagery, a lot of, heartbreaking imagery, has a great opening, a great closing. But is it worth it to call it a movie when it overstays its welcome for a good hour of it? I don't know. That's why I wrestle with it. I also find it funny the composer, which is one of the, I think, the main frontman of Apocalyptica. I listened to two of their songs. It's a Finnish band, and they're great songs. And I love techno, hard rock, metal, whatever you want to call it. I love that type of music. Please give me more. But I thought it was really funny to kind of, when Victor, during the middle of the movie, with that good chunk of the film, the good hour portion that gets a little boring and stale, he amps it up by throwing this kind of techno metal as waves are crashing or icebergs are falling, and it was absolutely funny because it did not fit whatsoever. I liked listening to it, but it just did not fit. But if you're going to create a visual narrative, you have to support it with a good score, which I will give some credit. The score, when it was the more somber stuff, to kind of lift up the piece a little bit and be more of an asterisk rather than, a nuisance. It was just making the scene a little bit better. It was making you feel something, making you feel the weight of what you're seeing, and making you feel like you're watching something of just sheer beauty and just awe. And there was a lot of musical components to this documentary that I found really kind of sweeping and compelling from the somber stuff, not the a techno rock stuff. But other than that, that's it. I don't know what else more to say about it. What I just explained to you is the movie. It's just shots of water in every way, shape, or form. Whether it be good or bad, it's there. That's the story. I get what he was going for. I truly do. And it does send a powerful message on how water can affect us in beautiful ways and absolutely horrific ways. And especially if we don't change something about it, the future is going to be screwed. I get all that. Make it into a short film, you got a winner right there. But stretching it out to an hour and a half does lose its impact a lot for me. But I can't take away from the gorgeous, hyper-realistic cinematography, the incredible opening, and a pretty strong closing. Some interesting stuff there, a great idea. I just think its execution was a little long-winded and a little drawn out. So yeah, I'm on the fence with this one. It's either a C plus or B minus, but I think I'm gonna go a very, very heavy B minus because there's a lot of stuff that's really fantastic, but I gotta just knock it down a lot because of the time length. And so, yeah, I don't know, guys. This was a strange one to review. So let me know down below if you've seen Aquarela, and if I'm wrong, if you're like, no, the message was beautiful. And I will, once again, give credit to Victor, is that I understood what he was going for, and it's a very simple approach to it, but it was impactful in some ways. The simplicity and the beauty of this thing is actually kind of astonishing that he got that amount of footage, but once again, you gotta learn to chop it down a little bit. So I know a lot of people down below, when they see it, they're just gonna be like, oh, you didn't get the point. Sure, go ahead. So yeah, so I'll go with a B minus for me for Aquarela, a documentary about water. So let me know down below if you have seen the movie and what your thoughts about it are. Did you take away something different about it? Let me know. I like reading the comments, even the bad ones. So please let me know. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.